Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. I greet you from my daughter's home here in Sheffield, in Britain, on this, the 10th day of Ramadan, with assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And this is meant to offer you some announcements about pending lectures. And the title of this video is Calling Glasgow Bradford Dewsbury. I will be traveling to Glasgow tomorrow, and so maybe this video will not be on the internet in time for you to see, to review it, and to be able to reach to the center in Glasgow in time for the lecture tomorrow, the 2nd of April, the 11th of Ramadan. The lecture is entitled The Quran and the Month of Ramadan. And when I wrote my book, The Quran and the Moon, 2 years ago, that was the most advanced level of thought that I had at that time. And in these 2 years, Allah has blessed me with more knowledge of the subject. And I want to put that knowledge in focus in the lecture in Glasgow. I will attempt to do the same thing on the 5th of April now, and this video may reach you before the 5th. And this lecture, the same topic, the Quran and the month of Ramadan, this lecture will be held in Bradford. And it is in a restaurant where I had delivered 3 lectures 2 years ago, last year. And we will have the Salat Al Maghrib in a masjid close to the Punjab restaurant. And then after Salat Al Maghrib, we'll gather in the restaurant to have our dinner, our iftar. And then there will be the lecture and the question and answer session and so on. And then you leave to go to wherever you want for your salatul tarawih. I perform my salatul tarawih alone by myself, because I find that to be the most enjoyable of all. So if you are able to come to the lecture in Bradford, I'll welcome you there. This is on Tuesday, April the 5th. And then the next day, Wednesday the 6th, Monday is the 3rd, Tuesday the 4th. Right, Tuesday the 4th. So the lecture is on the 5th in Bradford, whatever date it is, the 5th of April. And then I go to Dewsbury on the 6th and 7th. So if you're in Dewsbury, look out for the lecture. We'll try to get something on the internet for you, the venue. The one in Bradford will be at the Punjab restaurant. The one in Dewsbury, we don't have a venue as yet. We'll announce it for you later. And then I'll return to my daughter's home here in Sheffield for the rest of Ramadan. And immediately after the end of Ramadan, I'll leave for Armenia. And I will have another video to be recorded soon about Armenia. But this is going to be a very important visit to Armenia. And then I'll go from Armenia to Brussels, and we'll have a lecture in Brussels at a hall on May 11th of May. And if you want to attend that lecture, you're going to have to send me an email, because we're not going to make a public announcement of the venue of the lecture. The next day, the 12th of May, I will drive to Rotterdam, and we'll have 1 week of lectures in Rotterdam. So wherever you are in Europe, and you can come to Rotterdam from Yawmul Jummah, that is Friday, May the 12th, until the next Yawmul Jummah, May the 19th. I will be in Rotterdam, and we'll have a series of lectures for 1 week, mashallah. I will then go to The Hague for a few days and Amsterdam for a few days. But there'll be no lectures there. We can have dinners, and we can meet you. I can meet with you in my hotel and so on. My visit to Frankfurt is cancelled. I will no longer be going to visit, cancelled. So after Amsterdam, I will then fly to Geneva, and then from Geneva I go up north of Zurich, and spend most of my time there. There'll be only one lecture in Switzerland, will be north of Zurich, until the 1st of June. And on the 1st of June, I hope to fly back to Britain. And we are now organizing a big lecture in London in that early June, maybe the 2nd or the 3rd of June, inshallah. And I will remain until the middle of June in Britain, until I fly to Malaysia. If you're in Malaysia and you're listening to this, we will be arriving on the 15th, about the 15th of June in Malaysia. And we're still looking for an apartment to rent because the hotel prices are too high now. And I will remain in Malaysia for 6 weeks, inshallah. And we'll have a big conference being organized in Malaysia. And the former Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir, it is possible that he will come to deliver the feature address in that conference. If you are in Malaysia and you want me to come to lecture at your masjid, I would love to attend. I would love to come to your masjid, but you must send me an email. So as we're now preparing the plan of lectures, the schedule of lectures for all over Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Ipoh, Penang, Greek, Johor Bahru, etc. Even Sabah probably, and 6 weeks in Malaysia. And then after that, the first week of August will be in Mauritius. So Mauritius, if you're listening, prepare yourself. The first week of August, I'll be in Malaysia, in Mauritius, Île Maurice. And then I'll go to Cape Town for 2 weeks. If you're in Cape Town, get ready. We'll have 2 weeks of lectures in Cape Town. And then another 5 weeks, that is the end of August and the whole of September, will be spent traveling around South Africa, going to Durban, going to Johannesburg, going to Lodium, and going also to Gaborone in Botswana, until at the end of September, I will return to Malaysia. I would very much like to visit Pakistan, but if I do, it will be a private visit, no public lectures at all, because the situation in Pakistan is now quite critical. So I don't know whether or not I'll be able to visit Pakistan. But then after that, I still have to visit Russia, I have to visit Macedonia, I have to visit Albania, and then come back to Britain as a very tired old man for maybe one more lecture in London before I fly back to Trinidad, inshallah, maybe by the middle of December. And my wife did not want me to come on this journey at all. She did not want me to come. She wanted me to stay home. I said, I have work to do. I have Allah's work to do. It's an honor to be able to do the work I'm doing. But I have decided I am not traveling again, at least for a few years. I want to return home and I want to write 2 important books. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who can write these 2 books. The first is an Islamic eschatological explanation of the origin and destiny of modern Western civilization. And that might take me a whole year to write. And the second book is the Quran and Akhir Zaman. The verses of the Quran I have been explaining are scattered all over my books. I have over 31 books now. So I want to bring all these verses together in one book and organize them as a harmonious whole. And to do that, you got to locate what my teacher describes as a system of meaning of the subject. So that is not a book for schoolboys. I have to make a very great intellectual effort to write that book, the Quran and Akhir Zaman. So this is a video merely to inform you, if you can be there in Bradford, I'll be happy to meet you. And in Dewsbury, I'll be happy to meet you. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.